Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good morning to you guys all out there on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, already in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday morning and it's Chelsea match day. Chelsea versus Warsaw. Now, that game, I'll be doing a preview. Yes, in 4 hours time, 4 hours to the game, I will come for a preview. But quickly, what is the latest on the Chelsea front? What is the latest right now on Chelsea front, dear friends? Well, before we go to the latest, I want to speak briefly once again on Victor Osimhen because a lot kept coming on Victor Osimhen, and I saw some of you guys, your comments. Yeah, I saw some of the comments, and let me start with your comments, surprisingly. Let me start with some of the comments quickly, okay? Victor Osimhen. Okay, the first comment from Chris Williams says, I will choose Delap over Jackson. Coming from Chris Williams. He says, I don't want Sesko to Gyökeres or Osimhen. Those are your preferences, right? From Chris Williams. Big shout out to you, Chris Williams. It's been a while. I gave you guys shout out, right? Okay. This one coming from... this one doesn't have a name. He said Toy... or Oyin. I am not too sure. Okay, but his comments are long. He says, we can't rely on what you are hearing. It's not confirmed. Victor Osimhen is a world-class striker. Therefore, he must be paid a higher wages. That's how it is done all over the world. If the new owners don't know this, they must be compelled to key into it. You can't be paying young players less than 200k per week and expect a big-time striker to earn the same amount. This is not right anywhere in the world. And experienced players to earn the same amount with young talented players that you are just building to be paid the same wages. Chelsea have the money to pay world-class players. If the new owner says they can't pay, then they must be ready to leave Chelsea FC. The team is used to buying big players with big money. That's I'm starting from here. Dear friend, I am not too sure. Please keep your name coming in. I want to know your name and where you are watching us from. I appreciate your comment, but let me quickly say on this that maybe you have not been following us on this channel for long, or you've not been following Chelsea for long, because since this new ownership took over, it's only the first season that they made big signings with big names and big wages. Second season, the first season, Todd Bowley was in charge of player signing. There was no sporting directors. Last season, when we finally got sporting directors, we started making use of our sporting directors, Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart, in charge of recruitment, in charge of new signings. That is when the entire wage structure started to, change. Now, and our new policy, Chelsea's policy right now is that sign them young, place them on a long-term contract, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. Start with a minimum wage of around £60,000 first season. As the season progresses, based on the player's performance, then you increase. That has been the agreement that all the players that have been signed from last season are on right now. We saw any part of last season, Kopama's salary was increased. His wage was increased. We saw Nicholas Jackson, it was increased. Players that were performing, they increase their wages as time progresses. But they always try to start from the lowest point. Now, one of the reasons why we couldn't sign Victor Osimhen last season was the salary, the wages. Not just Victor Osimhen, but also Michael Olise. Yes. And let me just go this way. You see, the reality of the matter is that these owners, they have their own strategy and you cannot force them. Victor Osimhen to Chelsea, we all want it as a reality. Why? Let me tell you. As things stands right now, Victor is the best suit for Chelsea. Victor Osimhen is the best man to lead Chelsea's attack next season. Because we can no longer talk about inexperience in this setup. They've gained experience for 2 years. All these players, Cole Palmer, Noni Madueke, Nicola Jackson, including Jadon Sancho, if they all are to remain, Reece James, Moise Caicedo, they've gained the experience that is needed. Next season, Chelsea are expected to fight for the title. Forget about anything any other person is saying. We cannot continue to say that, we are still rebuilding. How long will it take to build? When you give birth to a child, the first 6 months, breastfeeding, they say exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. Yes, exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. All my kids, exclusively 6 months, except the last boy, that's for almost a year. Didn't want to let go of the mommy's breast. But the reality of the matter is that after then, you begin to be introduced to a solid food. Right now, Chelsea players are eating solid food. We can no longer say they are inexperienced. We can no longer say they are inexperienced. That is why we need a striker like Victor Osimhen to head that attack right now. I am not scared of Jackson losing his position. I know Jackson is able to compete. Moreover, Jackson is also good in the left flank. Jackson is very good in the left flank. And now we don't have any player in that left flank. Rafael Leo that Chelsea want to sign, or that we are hearing of. Only God knows whether we'll be able to get him or not. Last season, and even in January, we heard about Kvaratskhelia from Napoli. Kvaratskhelia from Napoli right now is playing for Barcelona. Right? Is it Barcelona or PSG? Yeah. And if you watch the goal he scored yesterday, yes. The goal he scored yesterday from that left flank, that is a typical left winger. Typical left winger. Go back and watch it. The goal he scored last night, oh my God, from that left flank, where he got the ball from, and the runs along the line before getting to the box area and struck. So right now, what we need is Victor Osimhen. We need this man to head Chelsea's attack. Dear friends, and moreover, even at all, we are hearing that Chelsea top hierarchy, the sporting directors, yes, they work with Delap. Our sporting directors work with Delap. Yeah. In Manchester City, Paul Winstanley, they work with Delap in Manchester City. Enzo Maresca himself worked with Delap in Manchester City. So this is a player that they know. They like him. Most probably he's their preference. And as we speak, Delap is just about 30 million pounds being confirmed. Delap will be available for 30 million pounds if Ipswich get relegated. 30 million pounds if Ipswich get relegated. Chelsea and Manchester United are both keen on the player. The truth of the matter is that, like I said yesterday, Delap is on the same level or even below Nicola Jackson. He scored 10 goals this season. It's not extraordinary. A player that scored 10 goals and his team is being relegated. If he's that good, he should be scoring 18, 19, 21 goals. He should be carrying his team on his shoulder right now and, saving them from relegation. So if we have to sign Delap, he's rather to be a backup for Jackson. That's the way I see it. It's 30 million. Chelsea has nothing to lose if we sign him and he flops. No, yes, we can resell him next season. We can loan him out 5 million per season to another club. Then the amount reduced to 25 million. The wage bill will be cut because the team that will loan him will have to pay his wages. So even if Chelsea sign Delap, we have nothing to lose. We have nothing to lose. Then in next season, or in 2 seasons from then, we can choose even to sell both, or we can decide to sell Jackson and we keep Delap. For me, I know Jackson will come good. Jackson will make history, will make name in Chelsea. He will become Chelsea legend. Oh yes, I believe in my boy. I believe in my boy. So Delap to Chelsea is really, up there. Chelsea sporting directors, because they already work with him. You know, let me say this also. There are many other strikers in the Premier League, like Ashley Barnes. Ashley Barnes, I think you guys know him very well. Chris Wood, Callum Wilson, etc. Both Ashley Barnes, Chris Wood, Callum Wilson, the list, I can mention a lot more. They are on the same level with Delap. Mid-club players. These are middle club team players. That is a team. There are players that are for top clubs above the top, top 6 club. Yes, top 6 means that you are in the European competition. Top 6 clubs players. Then we have players that are below mid-table teams. Mid-table teams from, let's say, from 7, 8, 9, 10 up to around 12 on the league table. Some of these players, that is their level. And so you don't go to sign a play. I understand. We took Jackson from nowhere. It's totally different. If these player like Barnes are in the Premier League and they are still struggling to score consistently in the Premier League over the seasons, then we want to compare them to a player we brought from outside the league that helped Chelsea to be in the top 6 last season. And this season we are in the top 4. Oh yes, Jackson's influence. You don't compare the two. You don't. So the best position Chelsea is in right now is to spend the cash and get Victor Osimhen. But I am afraid Chelsea are not willing and ready to break their wage bill. They are not ready. That is the only challenge. Dear friend, it is your breakfast and I'm about to run up. Breaking news. Chelsea Football Club is proud to announce the global partnership with FPT Software. FPT Software is a Taiwanese software company. Yes, the legendary software company from Taiwan. Chelsea are proud to announce a new partnership with a software company from Taiwan, FPT. Well, we are not yet sure whether they will become our front of shirt sponsor. But it will look good, dear friend. The FPT design, their logo on our shirt will actually look great. Some few months back, we heard the news that they are the ones going to be our front of shirt sponsor in a deal of worth about 60 million per season. 60 million pounds per season. And that will put us on par with clubs like United, Arsenal in terms of sponsorship package for front of shirt. Yeah. But right now, with a statement from even Chelsea, let me see if I can get Chelsea statement here. Chelsea statement on the FTP. Yes, quickly before I go to, okay, FPT themselves, they issued a statement. They said FPT Software Company said, we are thrilled to announce our global partnership with Chelsea FC, one of the world's most iconic brands. Yes. We can't wait to see how tech will inspire new ways to enjoy the game and build lasting connections beyond the stadium. Go Blues with a blue heart emoji. That is a statement from FPT Software. Dear friends, quickly before I let you go, according to Enzo Maresca, Maguire will be back before the end of the season. He said we have a good news today that he looks good and quite better. He can be back before the season finishes. So Maguire, the young 18-year-old from Barcelona, that is with Chelsea, got that sustained injury in January, will be back before the season ends. Dear friend, yesterday the press conference that our head coach had regarding today's game, maybe later in the day, I think I will be coming with a preview. Yeah, I will not have time, so quickly. Exclusive. Okay, this also has to do with Victor Osimhen once again. Confidential person spoke to the camp of a striker Chelsea are linked with and were told he would be turning up at Chelsea anytime soon because others are willing to go instantly higher on a wage he will be guaranteed to take home. That includes currently situated. Dear friend, let me not jump the gun. Let me not, because of time, let me not jump the gun. Let me leave it there. This is all about Victor Osimhen, dear friends. It's all about Victor Osimhen. Remember, Chelsea fans, we've lost so much in the past 2 seasons, and we wanted to sign Oliseh. Yeah. We ended up signing Pedro Neto and Joao Felix instead. We had a chance to sign Michael Oliseh, but we ended up signing Pedro Neto and Joao Felix. Felix now is on loan with AC Milan. Oliseh now with Bayern Munich. Why? It's all because of the salary, the wages. Because of the wages. Chelsea could not afford to pay the wage. Not that we could not afford to pay the wages. Chelsea's policy, £150,000 highest right now as we speak. Unless the player that were already there, like Rhys James, that are still on £200,000 a week. I think Rhys James on 225 or so. And if 1 or 2 other players. It is what it is, dear friends. Well, I have so much to talk about. I don't know whether to let go or not. But you see, let me remind my good friends in Arsenal that Real Madrid won 5 trophies last season. In fact, this goes to both Arsenal fans and Barcelona fans. Real Madrid won 5 trophies last season. This is just a reminder. That is not suffering. For fans of Man City and Real Madrid to think that, fans of Man City, Arsenal, fans of Arsenal and Barcelona to think that Real Madrid fans are suffering. No. It is only what this season that they are going through what they are going through. If you want to talk about teams that have suffered, you Arsenal fans, you suffer so much. Over how many seasons? You want suffering? Then come and support Chelsea. At least the last 2 seasons we suffered. Not Real Madrid. Or even you in worst case scenario, you can join Manchester United. As for their suffering, their own is heavy suffering, heavy, mighty suffering. You know when they say someone is suffering, go and ask Manchester United fans what they are going through. One bad season for Real Madrid, which by next season it will turn again into another 5 trophies for Real Madrid. Trust me. So don't even go near them. It's just a single season suffering they are suffering right now. Dear friends, it is what it is. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, let me end it here quickly, but what else? Oh, yesterday's game. PSG 3, Aston Villa 1, Barcelona 4, Dortmund 0. Yes, Champions League night. PSG humble Villa. Hans Flick, Barcelona own Dortmund. Actually, they 4-0. Hans Flick, that is a coach Chelsea was supposed to be having by now, right? Oh, even how do you call him? Luis Enrique. This man came to Chelsea. He wanted to work for Chelsea. But we rejected it. We rejected the offer. Now look at what he's doing with PSG. I want to see PSG versus Chelsea play. I want to see Cole Palmer, Nicola Jackson, Noni Madueke facing PSG in recent days. I'll be very excited to watch that game. Guys, I'll see you all in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.